Hello. So last time we were working on stateful widget or on the whole problem I had with not getting the lifetimes to work out, and we sort of found a solution. I've now implemented that, so it looks like this. It's just one big macro that generates basically state and stuff. But yeah, you can go look at the last video or videos, I guess, to see more of the details. But basically, it requires for whatever widget you return to have an associated state for. Have I done it for the text box actually? Not yet. Yeah, I think for the button I have. Yeah. So basically we're saying state is this. In this case it's a concrete type, but it can also be uh, where's the drop down? It can also be like one of these, which obviously requires this unstable feature. But yeah, I'm sort of fine with that. I think we'll we'll use that for now. And I think maybe another solution should be possible, but I also just want to make some progress. So yeah. So today I thought we could start. So maybe let's show the example. The drop down was basically now with, this is still a bit, I think, ugly, but basically now in a stateful widget you get as you get your state, which in this case is a boolean. This is the initial state, I believe. Yeah, and then like a function that, yeah. So yeah, actually the for this being a macro, the type inference or a type, like the editor features are really good in here. Right. So yeah, you can like toggle it. So yeah, maybe let's run the example with mold run cargo run example basic and right. I need to, because currently the placement of the pop-up thing is a bit naive. So we can just return the base rect, which will then place the content directly over the thing. And yeah, so then yeah, we get these. So now I guess the next question for dropdown is like, what form do the parameters take? Maybe something like an into iterator. Yeah, I don't know. Right. So I thought for today we could look at there's this thing called 7 GUIs, which is basically 7 different, starts out relatively simple and gets progressively more complicated GUI applications, where like the idea is to evaluate how, I don't know, I guess usable or ergonomic a certain GUI framework is. So yeah, I I would say this is a nice. I've also done this for my previous project, or like the previous thing in another repo I did, where uh, it was even more experimental than it is now. um, but so I like did the first two or something, and then with the third one there was already a problem because drop downs were annoying or something. So yeah, I think it would actually be nice to have in the examples have these. So I think we'll do that. And then maybe with if we get to the third one, we might have to like do the drop downs or fix the drop downs because it looks like these are drop downs. Right. So, but yeah, let's start with the first one. Right. So I guess maybe we'll just copy the basic one and all right. So I would say we'll name the file so that it is clear that it's 7 GUIs. 7 GUIs counter. Is it called counter? Yeah. Let's just see if that is a usable name. I don't know if numbers are allowed. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that works. Right. So I think we'll need stateful widgets. So yeah. Right. So we'll do stateful widget of, let's do U32. The initial state is 0, and then we do count. Oh, not there. We won't actually return it. So then the thing is a row, yeah. Okay, wait, how did that work again? I need, there, let's look at the drop down. Oh yeah, no, that was with an iterator. I guess that up to, yeah, I guess just flex content. I think maybe at some point it'll be easier to just make row and macro as well. Again. Right. So we'll do a, do we even have labels? Robles text. Yeah. Sure. So we'll do text. I should have a prelude at some point. Use widgets draws text, I guess. Uh, all right. Right. So first problem, which will I think just work around, but this requires a static string, and this is not static, but we'll just cheat. And we will do let's, I don't know, label equal format count. I think that should be possible now, right? Now that doesn't work, of course, because of lifetime requirements. What? What is okay, it's showing the error in. That's a weird thing. Rust Analyzer does. Like if an error happens in a macro, like it shows the error where you define the macro, which is nice for debugging macros, but it's also weird. Like here, I think it should show it in both places maybe. So let's do a check. Example 7 GUIs counter. Right. Okay, so it seems like... wait, maybe the other one didn't work as well. Yeah, it didn't. All right. So we'll have to figure out that one first. Failed to resolve. There are too many leading super keywords. What? Alright, so I guess first thing we need is also this. What? No, now it's not doing anything. Maybe. Alright, I didn't scroll up fully. Apparently. Oh, no, and now it's too many leading super keywords. Look at the no, the drop down. So maybe it's an issue with help a trait with a similar name exists. Size. Where did it get size from? So, min size. I see. Okay. So that needs to be a curvo size, I believe. Curvo, no, or not curvo. What was it? Druid shell curvo size. Yeah, this is annoying about macros right now. I think their Druid shell with the new macros, they like there's a second version of declarative macros that's in work, and that like solves a lot of these weird scoping issues. All right, super. Too many leading super keywords. Yeah, sure, super is weird here. Like, wouldn't it be great? Theme is private. Is it now? Yeah, the theme thing is like also a thing I need to work on because currently it's just something I like. Okay. So it would be create theme. It's like just some random stuff I'm not really using, I think. So it would be create theme. Yes. And create theme. I really need to like make a prelude. Okay, so that works. Oh, no, it doesn't. Then type annotations needed. Or am I using flex content wrong? No. Is it like if it's empty? Alright, then it works. But text widget. Flex item text widget. So why does it? Can we maybe we'll drop down here? Does that change anything? Okay, so I guess maybe text. Maybe we will like change the signature to be impl widget. Yeah, maybe the E is weird. So we'll do E. It'll impl widget E, not that'll cause problems. Button, yeah. So we'll do state equals yeah, text state. All right, so yeah, okay, that works. I'm so glad it's not a lifetime issue again. Right, so we want to use count. All right, so that's a lifetime issue. Doesn't live long enough because obviously it doesn't live for static but we can make it live for static. So I always forget how leaking strings works. This is obviously a trick you shouldn't use in production code ever, but you can make a thing live for static by basically leaking it, which is yeah, just to make this work here. I think eventually we'll need a thing for formatted widgets, or formatted text. So we actually because this allocates a string, and I don't actually want to allocate a string to print some non-static string. So there will have to be a solution for this. So yeah. Right. I think maybe there's a leak. Let's actually search the docs. Rust doc. Right. How many leak functions are there? So it appears it's just for yeah, these aren't leak. So yeah. So I need to make the string into a box, which I guess into box ter, and then I think leak can't be called like that. Wait, let's see. Leak. Yeah, so you need to do box leak. Wait, what's the issue? Yeah, so that works, but it obviously leaks memory. So whenever this gets called again, more memory gets leaked. Uh, but yeah, it should make showing a 0 work. Where did we have? Yeah, so we can see a 0 here. And then we can put a text button next to it where the text is count. Count, and on click it will. So that's the annoying part. We actually have to not drop down to do this type of signature. Instead of bool, it's a U32. I think this is it had showed some type errors when I did try to destructure it here already, but yeah, maybe I'll also just do make this into a struct, so I can use the struct name here, and then, or yeah, whatever. Right, so we can then do, so call this E, and then we can do star E dot 0 plus equals 1. Let's remove the drop down. And yay, we've got a leaky counter. So it appears I've accidentally stopped recording after finishing the counter. So maybe let's show that. I'm not sure how much exactly I got. Right, so that was just incrementing a number. And then the next task was to implement a Celsius to Fahrenheit converter. So yeah, the code for that. So basically, the question with such a case is like, do you want to actually have the number somewhere? Then in which unit? But in such a simple case, you can just update the other text field whenever you parse a number, which is what we did, because you don't actually need to store the number. So I basically made the state two text box contents, and then in each of them I can set the other one. So yeah, so this is actually quite simple. So yeah, by the way, I figured out that like with textbox I can do turbofish to not have to put the state here all the time. But yeah, I'll put the generic parameter, or the nth parameter, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, we then do set text on the text field. Like there's a formula for both directions, and we just do the calculation and then set text with format of the text field. This basically, I added a second parameter to textbox, which is on update. Yeah, it's maybe not optimal because not in all text fields you want an on update, I guess. But yeah, for now I added it to the main function. Maybe at some point it'll be a function where there's like a param struct you can use default on and do the dot dot operator to like fill all the defaults in or something. But yeah, I don't know. So let's clean this up a bit by removing this. Yeah, so all right, so maybe let's look at the next example real quick. I don't know if it's practical to do now. A combo box with, I don't know what exactly a combo box is, but I guess it's a drop down. One-way flight and return flight. When C has the value return flight, so I guess maybe we can't do, so we can do the drop down, we can do the text fields. I don't know how easy parsing a state is though. I think we'll need to pull in a library for that. Well, we could also like do regex and then just do string-based sorting or something. And by sorting, I mean figuring out whether one is before the other. Wait, what disables the other one? When C, which one is C? A combo box C, T1 and 2. When C has the value return flight and T state. Also with one-way flight, the second one is disabled. And with return flight, so we'll also have to like do disabled text fields. Right. So it's me from the future. I think I actually forgot to show the Fahrenheit to Celsius converter. So let's do that now. There's no labels yet, and maybe I'll have to. Maybe there even is a placeholder feature. I don't know. So basically, left is Celsius, right is Fahrenheit. So 30 degrees Celsius is 86 Fahrenheit, and minus 40 is minus 40. Minus 50 is minus 45 something. Right. Interesting. So 12. Let's see if we can find. So it appears that at around 11.43, the negative and positive are so minus 11.4 degrees Celsius is 11.4 Fahrenheit. Right. So yeah, that's how that works. And so empty is just zero, because that's how Rust parses numbers, I guess. Or wait, no, it's actually not. Yeah, so I guess it just doesn't update at zero. So yeah, and if I enter something that isn't a number, so 12, then it just stops updating. Yeah, it doesn't parse the number. Like it's not like in PHP where where like it parses the number until it encounters a digit that's not numeric. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I think I'll end here. Flight Booker looks like it needs a bit more features for me to be able to implement it. Maybe let's do a quick analysis of the other tasks to see how far away from them we are. A timer. I guess you say how long the duration should be, and then when you press reset, it starts running from the start. Yeah, so timer is not really something we support right now, but I guess we should. Which, by the way, I think we need a timer anyway for blinking cursors. Corrod might even be something we can do now. except for the like list with selectable labels. Circle thing probably needs something like a canvas. I think it's basically you create circles and then you can click on them to resize them or something. And you can, like if you do primary, I think when you do primary click, it adds a circle, and when you right click on a circle, you can resize it with a second window. A second window is like, I think it doesn't need to be a second window, but it could also be like a mobile thing. But I definitely want to support second windows at some point, so that would be a good reason to do that. Cells, yeah. So that's like, I think, yeah, the end boss is basically a simple spreadsheet application. uh, yeah, we'll see how hard that is, but shouldn't be like super hard, but uh, definitely a good bit of work. Yeah, especially like the formula support. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That does seem like a good bit of work. But we can also look at other implementations of this. This is a nice thing about this whole thing. It's like there's a bunch of implementations, I think. I guess code. Yeah, so it's actually quite nice to have such a standard. So I can look at like implementations in different frameworks, see how they do it. And I mean, I think the spreadsheet one says like you can't, if there's a built-in spreadsheet component in your framework, like you can't use that. You need to use build your own essentially. I think you can use a table component, but not more. Yeah. So I think implementing all of these will definitely be a worthwhile challenge. All right. Yeah. So see ya.